a very sought after palette lately, and it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contouring Palette. And I just picked this up yesterday. This is my first time trying it out. I actually just filmed this makeup tutorial, so this will be up first before you see this palette review, I think. It has 6 shades, so it has 3 highlighting shades and 3 contouring shades. So that is what you see on my face today. I really contoured my nose, which I usually don't, but I wanted to give this palette a try and see its full effect. This palette retails for $46 at Sephora. And it also comes with a step-by-step contouring card, which is awesome. And what I really like about this palette is you can customize the shades to create your perfect highlight and contour. So you have a more pink highlight, a more yellow highlight, and then more of a peach. And then you have 3 contouring shades. You have a cool tone brown, a warmer brown, and then just a dark brown. I didn't use the darker one today. I just used these 2, but I used all 3 of the highlighting shades. And I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts on the palette and then show you a step-by-step demo and my first impressions. They are so smooth. The powders blend so easily. I was trying to decide between this or the Anastasia contour palette, and I have a friend that used to work at Sephora and she's a makeup artist, and she was like, they're both good, but go for the Kat Von D. It's way more blendable. And she was right. It's so smooth. Like, I've never felt like my contour was this unblotchy. Usually I feel like I have trouble blending, and it's not that I use bad contouring products, it's just that this is so good. Okay, so I haven't tried this palette out yet, so this is going to be the very first time I've tried it, so I'm going to go ahead and contour like I usually would, but try out the new shades. I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions that Kat Von D gave for the palette that came with the card. Okay, so basically on the back of the palette, you know, it says these are the light shades and these are the shades. So it's a light and shade palette. And where she tells you to highlight and contour, it just says to apply shade or light. So basically you can mix the highlights and the contours to create your custom color. So it's not like you have to use this one under your eyes, this one on your cheekbones. You can kind of mix it to where it's your perfect color. So let's see. I'm not going to use a brush that I usually have shimmer highlight on because I don't want to get them mixed up. So let me grab a clean brush. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques setting brush, which is also really good for highlighting. And I think this shade is going to be a little too peachy for me, so I'm going to use the 2 middle colors, and that is Lyric and Levitation. So the lighter and the more yellow one. And I'm just going to put it in this area and along my cheekbones. I am going to apply like a shimmery highlight later, so okay, I will say for being a matte highlight, it's a lot more pigmented than I was expecting, so I like it. I don't know why, I was not expecting it to be that pigmented. I am very pleasantly surprised at how smooth these powders are already. Okay, and then I'm also going to take some of the light and put it down the bridge of my nose and on my forehead. I'm going to put some on my chin. Okay, then I'm going to contour, and I like how it comes with 3 different contour shades, and I'm trying to see the difference between all of them. I think this middle one is the lightest and warmest, and then there's this really deep one, which I probably won't use today because I don't think I'm tan enough right now, and then this really pretty like cool tone brown, and I think this, just looking at it, is my favorite, but I'm going to probably use a mix of them. I'm going to start off with the lightest one in the middle. And I will say these are so pigmented. I'm really not surprised, but just how smooth they are. So I'm going to apply this to the hollows of my cheekbones. I contour with really nice products usually, but this is just blending even better than anything that I have. I was with you all the time. And I'm going to apply some along my jawline too. Yeah, this shade is definitely a little bit warmer than I wanted by itself, so I'm just going to drag it up on my cheek a little bit, like a bronzer. And then I'm going to go in with another shade in a second. Okay, I'm going to take another brush. This is the contour brush from Real Techniques. It's a little bit more pointy I like this a little bit better for getting right in my cheekbone. And I'm gonna go over to the shade Subconscious. This one was Shadow Play. You know, I'm not really going, it's gonna take me forever to remember the actual colors. But the one on the left here, this is the cooler brown. And I'm just going to apply a little bit more. Okay, what I'm already seeing that I love is I am putting on a lot of contour, and I think it does look kind of dark on camera here, but it is blending out so well that it doesn't look like in person right now. It doesn't look just like a harsh line, which sometimes I feel like my contour can just look like a harsh line when I want it to be dramatic, and it's like, you can make it dramatic, but as long as it's blended out, it's fine. And sometimes I have trouble blending. And I am putting on a pretty dramatic contour today because I am going out and I want it to be kind of strong in pictures, but I also want to see what this palette can do. She needed a smaller brush for that. And another tip, you can also use a really small blending brush for your cheekbones if you want it to be a really precise line, but I wanted it to be just a little bit more blended out today. I think I'm going to use some of that peachier shade actually to highlight this area to bring out that contour. Okay guys, so I am so sorry I'm not on my tripod right now, but those are my final thoughts on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I think it is so good. I'm running out the door right now because it is New Year's Eve, but I'm gonna link everything down below to where you can get the palette, as well as my blog post with more pictures on the palette. But as you can see, I think my contour looks really blended, and I'm so in love with this palette, and I'm so glad I went with this one. Like I said, it is $46, but I definitely think it is worth it because you're getting 6 really good sized powders. And yeah, that is it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this quick casual review, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Why you tell me that you miss me? You don't want me, but every single Friday wanna love me. Yelling at me, then you kiss me. Saying shit's my fault, then you call me saying sorry.